Margaret Kirkwood is buried in the American Fork Cemetery. James, her son, is buried on the banks of the Sweetwater River in Wyoming. But their story will live forever. Margaret, a widow with 4 sons, immigrated to Utah in 1856 with the Willie Handcart Company. Robert, the oldest son at 21, had to help Margaret pull Thomas, 19, in the handcart all the way, as he was crippled and couldn't walk. James, 11 years old, was given the responsibility for 4-year-old Joseph and told, "Just get him into camp each night." 2 months into the trek, their cattle and milk cows were stampeded off by a rampaging buffalo herd, and their rations of flour were reduced from 12 ounces a day to 4. That's only enough to make one small biscuit about the size of my small fist. Yet they still had to pull their handcarts 20 to 30 miles each day. The weather began turning cold, which sapped their strength and caused their bodies to burn more calories just to keep them alive. They began to get emaciated and weak. Then their rations were cut again to 2 ounces of flour per day, further weakening them. The snows came, making it harder to push their handcarts through it. On the morning of October 23rd, they were at the base of Rocky Ridge, a tortuous 6-mile ascent followed by 9 more miles into Rocky Creek Campground where they could get water. That morning, they were given their last ration of flour. They knew they had to ascend Rocky Ridge that day because they would never have more strength than they had at that moment. The problem was, it was a blizzard. But Margaret and Robert loaded Thomas into the handcart, and Margaret told James, "Just get Joseph into camp tonight." James took Joseph by the hand and began leading him up Rocky Ridge. But Joseph, hungry, cold, and weak, soon said, "I can't." So James picked Joseph up, put him on his back, and began carrying him through the blizzard up Rocky Ridge. About 20 hours later, James stumbled into Rocky Creek Campground, laid Joseph at his mother's feet, and collapsed and died. He had given all he had to save his little brother's life. I've tried to put myself in James's place and imagine what would have been going through his mind as he was carrying Joseph through that blizzard.
Joseph, 'cause I can't feel my hands, but I pray they're still gripping your sleeves. And if you should fall off, I don't think I could lift you again. So hang on, little Joseph, hang on. Joseph, 'cause I can't feel my feet, but I think they're still moving ahead. And if they should get stopped, I don't think I could start them again. So hang on, little Joe, and I'll walk on. Mother wants all to make it to the end of that trail, to the valley of the Great Salt Lake. But if I can just make it to the end of the day, there's a sweet long rest I gotta take. So hang on, little Joseph, 'cause I can't see the trail for the snow in my eyes and my hair. And I know you're too weak, so while I still have So hang on, little brother, hang on, and we'll find rest, and we'll find rest, we'll find